All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about a secret war, one fought entirely in the shadows. And at the heart of it all, family. It's the reason for the fight, and it's the weapon being used. This is the Godmother's War.
Just think about that for a second. Imagine someone saying that to you. That's the absolutely bone-chilling threat our main character gets hit with. And it's not just some empty threat either. His life isn't just falling apart, it's being taken apart, piece by piece, by an enemy he can't even see.
So who's the guy on the receiving end of all this? This is Jack Rickson. And he's not just some random guy, he is a decorated Air Force major. But look at him now. He's lost literally everything. His mother, his girlfriend, his career, and as we see here, even his home. He's been pushed right to the edge. And the worst part, he has absolutely no clue why.
And that's the big question, right? It's what this whole story is about. Why? Why is this happening? What in the world could a war hero have done to get on the wrong side of someone with this much power? Someone who's willing to just burn his entire life to the ground? Well, we get our first piece of the puzzle during this really nasty confrontation. These two thugs, Vlad and Ivan, they corner Jack. And after rubbing all his losses in his face, they finally drop the reason for all his pain. It's not about money. It's not about a deal gone wrong. It all comes down to one person, Oscar.
Here's the twist, though. Jack thinks he's alone. He has no idea, but he's not. The whole time his life has been coming undone, there's been this incredibly skilled team watching his every single move. They're like ghosts, operating just out of sight. And when I say skilled team, I really mean it. This isn't some ragtag group. You've got Patrick, the eyes and ears, a total surveillance genius. Then there's Claudia, your elite field op. Jessica's on comms, the voice in their ear. Ray is the muscle, the enforcer. They've even got a freelancer on the payroll, Freely. Make no mistake, this is a top-tier covert unit. So, who's running this whole show? Well, we finally meet the leader, a calm, cool, completely in-control figure known only as Godmother. And after she watches those thugs leave Jack's apartment, her command is simple, and it is chilling. She doesn't just want them taken out. No, she says, bring both of them to me. She wants to handle this personally.
Okay, so the players are on the board. In one corner, you've got Godmother and her elite squad, and in the other, a massive criminal organization run by some mysterious figure they call the Ghost. Under him, you've got these major players like Slavik and Sergey. These are the two sides, and they are on a collision course.
But here's the thing about Godmother. She isn't just some powerful stranger who took an interest in Jack. This is the big reveal. She's his mother. This entire, massive, expensive operation, this whole shadow war, it's all for him. It's a mother's desperate, all-out plan to protect her son from an enemy he doesn't even know he made. You know, before going all in on this war, Godmother actually tried the peaceful route. She offered them a ridiculous amount of money, $50 million. Just walk away, leave my son alone. And they said no. They turned down $50 million. That tells you everything you need to know. This isn't about business. It's personal. This is about revenge. And this is the moment the Cold War turns hot. Godmother's team brings up the two thugs, and she doesn't mess around. She executes one of them right there. The other one, Ivan, he spits at her. You just declared war on us. But her reply, it's ice cold. She says, no, you declared war on me. And right there, the line is drawn. It's on. So how did it all come to this? What actually happened? To really get it, we have to rewind. We have to look at the one single event that started this whole fire. Okay, so check this out. It all starts about 6 months back. The bad guys plant their man, Oscar, right next to Jack. Fast forward 2 months. At a party, Jack sees Oscar being a creep with his young niece. Jack connects the dots, assumes the worst, and that same night he confronts Oscar and kills him. But here's the catch. Godmother's guy, Patrick, was already there, already watching. He saw the whole thing and reported it immediately. And that's the spark that lit the fuse for everything that's happening now. And see, this is why everything is so complicated. It's all about who Oscar really was. On the surface, just a normal accountant, Jack's colleague. But underneath, he was laundering money for this very powerful criminal enterprise. And yeah, as Jack suspected, he was also a predator. So you've got two completely different reasons for him to die, which explains everything. Jack's motive for killing him, and the organization's reason for wanting revenge. This right here, this is the decision that changes everything.
After the murder, Godmother basically pleads with Jack. Just tell me what you did. Let me handle this. She gave him chance after chance to come clean, but he kept quiet. And because he wouldn't talk, she had no choice but to go underground to protect him from the shadows. His silence is literally the reason this is a secret war.
So, the lines are drawn. We know who's fighting, and we know why. And now, things are about to escalate. Big time. We're moving way past simple surveillance. This is about to become open warfare. The stakes are about to go through the roof.
And how do the bad guys raise the stakes? They bring in their own heavy hitter. This guy, Sergey, a former FSB operative who is absolutely ruthless. And he makes a move. He grabs Fraley, the freelancer working with Godmother's team, with the plan to torture her for info. This is a huge blow. It's a direct challenge, and now Godmother has to respond.
And do they ever respond? Godmother's team doesn't just sneak in for a rescue. No, they launch a full-scale tactical operation. We're talking blueprints, neutralized guards, drone distractions, the whole 9 yards. It's a military-grade assault, and it just goes to show you how ridiculously skilled this team is. And this is where Jack's story turns around. He's finally in on the secret. He's part of the team. He's no longer just the victim being hunted. Now, he's in the fight. Using his old Air Force training, he's piloting the drone for the mission. He's an active part of his own rescue, and he's finally becoming a crucial asset.
So, the mission is a total success. They get Fraley back, and even better, they capture the enemy commander, Sergey. It feels like a massive win, right? They finally got the upper hand. But then, a phone rings. And that one phone call is about to reveal that the entire war they've been fighting, it's been against the wrong person.
It's Sergey's phone, the one they took off him. And, when they answer, it's a woman's voice, a voice they don't recognize. And she doesn't ask for Sergey. She doesn't ask for his boss, Slavik. She just says, with total confidence, "Give the phone to your godmother." Whoa. She knows. She knows who's on the other end of the line. This is a whole different level of enemy.
And then comes the line that changes everything. The absolute gut punch. Godmother gets on the phone and asks, "Who's calling?" The reply? "It's your mother in crime." Wow. Just wow. This isn't just some rival. This is someone from Godmother's past. Someone who knows her history. This war just went from tactical to deeply, deeply personal.
So, let's put it all together. The whole time they've been fighting Slavik, thinking he's the big bad. But he was nothing. He was a pawn. The real villain, the true ghost who has been orchestrating this entire nightmare, her name is Vera. And she's not just anybody. She's a ghost from Godmother's own past. And she's been playing them all like a fiddle from the very beginning.
You see how this just reframes everything, right? This isn't about Godmother versus some crime syndicate anymore. This is Godmother versus her own past. She's fighting someone who is a dark reflection of herself, from a life she thought she escaped. So the real question now is, when you're fighting your own shadow, who wins? In a war against her own reflection, who is going to be the one to blink first?